not tell lies. I mean no harm. I'm sorry, but we must not tell lies. Hello, my friend, hello. Hello, my friend, hello. Does it sound like that? Sound cranky. Why does it sound like that? Hmm?
There we go.
Why that sounded all choppy like that? That was weird. All right. What's going on? What's going on? We back up in this thing. Playing some more lives of people. Before we do that, we're going to get into a couple of reactions, you know. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on? I just ordered some Jersey Mike's, bro. I don't know what type of like bread they just gave me, bro. Shit was like this thin, tasted like I was eating powder. I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. I tried to tough it out for like the first little part of the sandwich. I was like, I can't do it. We have to change. We have to go. Can't do it. Let me see. Da, 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 da. What's happening, folks? How we doing out there? Welcome back to another live. OldSoulSuni back again with another stream. OldSoulSuni back again with another live. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification. When I do go live and drop all the latest vibes, this is the sunny side of gaming. We upload weekly on our YouTube, so be sure to check out that. OldSoulSuni on everything, and follow the Twitch if you would like to donate, support to the stream, tip, all that. You got like your Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Streamlabs tip page, all that good jazz. We stream on everything, so if any stream like starts a trip or like lag, just go to another one. You know what I mean? All right, like I said, we are going to continue our Lives of P playthrough, but first we're going to get a couple reactions in. I just saw this Onimusha Way of the Sword SG interview, so I'm excited for this game. It's got like God of War, Ghost of Tsushima vibes mixed in it. It's not coming till next year, but it definitely looks like a game that I would be very interested in, so let's check it out.
Hello everybody, we are here with the Onimusha Way of the Sword developers, and we are going to interview them about the game. And could you please introduce yourself?
Nihei-san, he's the director for Onimusha, and this is Kadawaki-san, he is the producer on Onimusha.
Great, thank you so much for taking the time.
What's going on, Filthy? What's going on, Nick? Eric, how we doing?
Truly mainline Onimusha was Onimusha Dawn of Dreams in 2006. Why did it take so long for this franchise to return in this way?
So actually, within Capcom, there have been a lot of people who have been clamoring for a new Onimusha title for a very, very long time. However, because as you know, Capcom is developing several titles every year, it's actually very difficult to get the right people and also the right number of people together to develop a new title. So things didn't really come together until the beginning of 2020, when we were able to get the right staff in place to start working on a new Onimusha title. By coincidence, also. 2020 was around the time when RE Engine really kind of blossomed into a very capable engine. So it happened just to be the right place at the right time with the right people.
Souls-like games have been extremely popular lately, and a lot of people that have never played Onimusha are comparing Onimusha to a Souls-like. How does this differ from that genre?
So one thing that really separates
Stop calling every damn game that has some type of challenge that isn't freaking a farm simulator a Souls-like. Just because you can't just beat it with your eyes closed and your hands tied behind your back, upside down, blindfolded, does not make it a Souls game. Like, ever since Elden Ring got popular, the moment that any type of adversity in a game comes up, oh, it's a Souls game. No. Every game is not a damn Souls game. Games can have mechanics that resemble other Souls games, but let's stop calling every damn game after Elden Ring a fucking Souls game because it has some type of challenge for you. Like, Souls games are not the only games out there. There are MMOs, there's MOBAs, there's FPS shooters, there's action RPGs, open world adventures, linear and open world. There is a whole there are simulators, there are shooter looters, there are survival games. Like, just because it's a challenge does not make it a Souls game. Like, I don't know why or when we started just calling everything a Souls-like.
Onimusha from other action titles is that this is not just a straight up samurai action game. This is a samurai action game that really takes the the typical concept of the samurai and infuses it with a lot of dark fantasy elements, and that by doing that we kind of combine a lot of reality and entertainment nuances together into one really cool package. You can see in the presentation that we had during this event, Miyamoto Musashi is equipped with the Oni Gauntlet that allows him to absorb souls and allows him to perform really cool moves such as the
I wish the one from like 2003, I believe. I wish that one was updated graphics.
Something that's very satisfying and very entertaining, action-based combat.
Originally, Onimusha was spun off kind of from the Resident Evil franchise. There was a lot of comparisons to that when it debuted. How has Resident Evil's continued success impacted Way of the Sword?
Yeah, it's true that Onimusha did come from. Onimusha did
Why
come
don't
from
you
Resident
have
Evil, but
other
right now,
mics?
two completely
What's
different
going on,
franchises with
Amelia? How you
completely
doing?
different playstyle.
Welcome.
So we're really focused on.
Oh, speaking of that,
emphasizing-
sorry. Let me. I forgot to turn on my caster labs. My bad, guys. I was like, I can't hear y'all talking. Sorry about that. Hold up. Let's add the caster labs. My bad. Hold up. But Amelia, how you doing? Welcome to the sunny side. Ticky tack, ticky 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 ticky. Okay, we're good. All right, we should be good now. Sorry about that. All right. Anyway,
some of the cooler parts of Onimusha that you can experience in the Resident Evil series. However, one of the things that is really helping the Onimusha development is because we're both using RE Engine as the structure for our games. Is that some of the elements that they were able to develop for Resident Evil, we were able to kind of share knowledge between the two teams and implement some of their customization, some of their upgrades to RE Engine into Onimusha version of RE Engine so that we can use the same kind of technology.
We saw in the gameplay demo the boss weak points. Can you explain that a little bit more?
So that element is called the break Isen in the game, and actually, if you notice in some of the bigger boss fights, there's actually another gauge underneath the health gauge. That represents the stamina for both Musashi and his opponent. So obviously, when you attack the opponent, that goes down naturally. But if you're able to do a parry or something a little bit more timing based, that actually goes down a lot more. And once you're able to break that,
so like a stagger bar, a stat like yeah, so it's like a stamina or a stagger bar. If you can time parries, time counters, the stamina bar will grow or go down. So then you can break his stamina, stagger bar, and posture pretty much, and then get you a critical hit. Oh, yeah.
Stamina and deplete fully, you're able to knock them down and choose a body part that you want to attack. Now those body parts will give you different effects depending on what you choose. So you can either choose to go for more damage or you can go for gathering more souls. One thing that's really cool about this break system is that we have obviously we have several boss fights in the game, but all the animations for those different body parts when you act are all
Okay, so we choose between different body parts at the moment of a critical hit. After we break the posture or the stagger, we fully break their like stamina stagger bar. We have a body part to choose from, and that can affect whether you're getting souls, aka it could be like health or like magic fucking orbs that like continuously do like alts and passive skills, or we can hit a certain body part that may just do a lot of damage to that enemy, and it may give us like a rebuild of stamina. Okay.
Completely unique to one another. So there are no canned animation. There are no reused animations within those boss fights.
Very cool. Very
nice.
No
reuse
our
animations.
Rival character has Oni Gauntlet as well, and this time the Gauntlet is actually speaking to our main character. Can you tell us more about that?
Okay, well, let's start off with Kanryu first. As you explained before, he is in possession of another Oni Gauntlet, same as Musashi. And if you know with Japanese history, Musashi and Kanryu are actually real life rivals, and so that kind of plays into the whole story of Onimusha as well. They are both kind of on opposing sides. They also have the Oni Gauntlet. They both have the Oni Gauntlets, but how they use them how comfortable they are with it are completely different. Musashi is looking to become the best swordsman in Japan, but he has a certain amount of pride. He doesn't feel like he needs the power of the Oni Gauntlet to help him achieve his goals, and he's actually actively looking to get rid of it. However, on the other hand, Ganryu is fully embracing the powers of the Gauntlet, but for its different purpose. Instead of helping people, he's actually slaughtering people. So there's a big contrast between them, and I think it's very interesting how that narrative is going to play out within the game. In terms of the voice that you hear from Musashi's Gauntlet, that's actually the voice of the woman that you saw in the trailer that we just released at the very end.
Oh, so our Gauntlet has a soul to it?
Representation. She actually acts as a kind of a guide to Musashi, kind of accompanying him on his journey along the way. What happens between them and how their relationship grows. That's something that
I'm eager to see like all the passes of like if the Gauntlet or like our hand thing is called, our hand gauntlet, if it can be used to like help us traverse. Obviously, like he said, it's like it's embodying a spirit, and she helps guide us. The gauntlet helps guide us throughout the map. I'm pretty sure it's going to expose have some exposition of like backstory of like certain characters or environments, things of that nature. But I wonder if like we can use it to like traverse throughout. Like, will it have like something, a passive where you can like have like a rope or something that like makes you jump up higher or fly and be able to get to certain areas or phase through things of that nature. I'm interested to see how in depth the gauntlet will be as far as like getting us through the world, through the map.
Players can look forward to in the future.
Because of Musashi, are there any connections to the recently released anime of Onimusha?
Onimusha Way of the Sword is a completely original story, so it has no relation to the Netflix animated series.
The original Onimusha's had some puzzle solving and a lot of exploration and backtracking. Can we expect to see that in Way of the Sword?
The puzzle elements in Onimusha Way of the Sword are a little bit different from the previous Onimusha games. I believe there's some like unlocking elements with treasure chests and whatnot. But for this series, is actually kind of woven a little bit more into the narrative. So you're going to be encountering some, places where you're not going to be able to progress forward with the story until you're able to solve a puzzle. So we have those kind of elements in there. In terms of like backtracking and whatnot, there's not really that much of those kind of elements in the game right now.
Okay.
There are also other playable.
We need to go to
characters.
Gamescom. I feel like there's going to be
Jeff,
so
do
many
we expect to
games
see
that.
in Way of the Sword.
For Way of the Sword, there's only Musashi who's going to be a playable character. However, he's going to have allies along the way, and those are going to be characters that are going to support him both from a narrative sense and from a gameplay sense. So
I like to hear that, and I hope that like these side characters, these allies or enemies that you make, they affect the story. The decisions you make with them, whether you do or don't like work with them, they affect the actual outcome of the next mission, or just like certain areas or allies in the future. You know what I mean? So
I think people are going to be able to enjoy a full cast of characters.
Speaking of a cast of characters, Onimusha 2 has the hub area, and you can give gifts to characters. Can we expect anything like that?
今回の鬼武者新作ではそういうそのプレゼント
Fortunately for fans of Onimusha 2, we don't have those kind of elements in this game. Sorry.
All good. Weapon types also. A lot of different weapon types throughout the series. All we saw in the gameplay demo was the sword and the twin daggers. Can we expect, a suite of weapons?
主要武器武蔵は、
The combat for Way of the Sword really centers around just a single katana that Musashi has. But as you see in the presentation, when you defeat enemies, you can get blue souls and you can absorb them, and that actually allows Musashi to summon up different weapons temporarily for special attacks. As you can see in the presentation, they had the dual daggers that came out. And in the trailer, you can see the war clubs that came out as well. So during those times, you'll see temporarily that Musashi is using different weapons.
okay, so it's like Sekiro. Our only weapon is the katana blade, but if we defeat a certain boss, and it's just like as a passive or like an ultimate skill, you use other weapons. Okay, so they're like magic spectral weapons that you use just for a moment, not as an actual weapon throughout the game. So the only weapon that we will definitely have from start to finish is that katana blade. But after we defeat certain enemies, mini bosses, major bosses, we can get passive skills and alts that have other weapons.
Ooh, I love that. I also, on a side note, I really love how he puts his sword away after combat encounters.
That's what everyone would do. You sheathe your weapons, slice and dice, sheathe it.
Timeline in relation to the older Onimushas.
まあ今回鬼武者
So Onimusha Way of the Sword takes place during the Edo period in Japan. However, this is actually a completely original story, and it doesn't actually have any connection with the other games. So it's actually not part of any sort of timeline with the other games. It's kind of a standalone title.
Interesting.
Awesome. We also saw some civilians running through, one section. Musashi passed them by. Can you interact with civilians in any meaningful way?
So we haven't shown it through any trailers or anything just yet, but there will be some NPCs within the game that you can interact with and get side quests from later on.
Awesome.
Nice.
And then just kind of a general question, can you elaborate just kind of on the flow and the philosophy of combat?
So basically, there's a kind of like a gameplay loop within the battle system. So when you're encountering enemies, of course you're gonna attack them, and when you do attack them and defeat them, the souls come out and they start floating around. When that happens, you have a choice whether to continue attacking enemies or if you're gonna absorb them and gain access to new techniques during battle and whatnot. So that's gonna play very strategic. Have a very strategic element to that.
Now, since they said there will be no like other main weapon besides our katana, I'm hoping that there's a very in-depth, like the bag when it comes to these skill tree. I hope the skill tree is very deep though. It's at least like 10, 15 skill tree deep when it comes to our actual character. Since our only weapon will be the katana, with the option of like when you take out a certain enemy that you can absorb their weapon in like a passive ability skill. You know what I mean? I hope that the regular skill tree for our character and our katana and our passives are very deep though.
For the battle system.
Yeah, and
So actually, another new element that hasn't been present in past Onimusha games is that not only can Musashi absorb the souls, but also enemies can also absorb those souls. So and once they do that, just like Musashi, they get access to brand new attacks. So it really becomes a game of it really becomes a.
Well, then that makes me like very hopeful. Like even though it obviously is going to be a gameplay loop as in any RPG, at a certain point you starting to do the same couple moves. But what keeps you engaged is like the flow of it, the art design, the story, that type of thing. So I wonder if like how varied are these enemies so that you don't feel like it's a loop. Like too consistent of a combat loop, you know what I mean? So if they have like a good range of enemies that also, like he said, can take the souls too if you take too long to get them and they get a new move set, I hope that there's a very wide range of enemies so that it's never feeling like you're doing the same fight over and over, you know what I mean? I hope there's a very wide range of enemy types.
Situation where you have to decide, are you going to get those souls now and kind of risk, get access to the moves now, or are you going to kind of risk everything and leave them there for enemies to pick up and, use them against you?
Yeah, on a side note, when those blue floating ones in the old ones stole my souls, I was always really sad about it.
Yeah, that's one of the things about the battle system that we really like right now, because before, you just... went on the offensive and, you just got the souls whenever you wanted to, but now you really have to kind of think about when do you want to get those souls? Do you want to risk getting them now and kind of leaving damage on the table, or if you want to, go for the damage now and kind of risk your enemies being powered up and, doing more damage to you. So it's going to be a very interesting, exchange between you and the enemy in those situations.
And then just two more questions. There was a 7-year gap between the Onimusha 1 and 2 remaster. Can we expect a similar wait for 3, or could we get 3?
This man, we ain't even got a release date for the second one. This man already asking, or just the third one, whatever you want to call it. This man already asking, when will it be another gap this long for the net? They working on this one right now, Jerry. They don't know.
Yes, that's something that we really want to kind of start talking about as soon as possible.
Sweet. And then lastly, just a fun one. Do you have a favorite samurai movie?
He doesn't really have a particular favorite samurai movie in particular, but there are kind of like some, signature scenes from a lot of samurai movies that he really enjoys. One of them is being, when samurai is kind of like just like kind of jaunting around, being kind of like a little bit of a ruffian. Kind of like, just, wandering around the countryside, whatnot. Another one is when, all of a sudden he's just in a village or something and suddenly gets surrounded by a whole gang of bandits or something like that. He really likes those kind of scenes, so yeah. There's no particular movie that he likes. There is a TV drama that he actually likes. It's called Hisatsu Shigoto Nin, which is it's a kind of a period piece TV show that he particularly likes.
Awesome. Thank you both so much for taking the time, and I just cannot wait for Onimusha Way of the Sword.
I like that. We like that a lot.
Okay, I like it. Picasso. Yeah, that way.
All right. I think that was like the only major thing I wanted to check out. Let me see. I had a couple. Let me see. Xbox Next Generation Hardware announcement. Don't care. Never getting an Xbox, but have at it. Rooftops and alleys, out fishing, Megan, dumb. Oh, a new Fantastic Four. New Fantastic Four trailer. All right, let's go. New Fantastic Four trailer.
The Fantastic Four. Their amazing powers help keep our world safe. But like any modern family, they sometimes need a helping hand. Meet Herbie, the state-of-the-art personal assistant that does everything without a single complaint. And when trouble appears, he's a valuable member of the team. Looks like a delicious meal is on the menu for tonight.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming? That is fantastic. Is this guy good?
So bring Herbie into your home today
Hello, Herbie.
and live a better life tomorrow. Ask
Okay, so
your
she's
Herbie to get
pregnant in the
tickets now
movie.
to see Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four in theaters July 25th.
This is a more recent trailer.
If someone hated ads, here's what they would do. Day one, they'd install the free ad block extension from Capital.
Family. It's about connecting to something bigger than yourself.
People was really like tripping over the simple fact that the Silver Surfer is a female. Like, well, in the comics, there's a version where Silver Surfer is a female.
As a family.
Today, we are your defenders. The four of us will face the danger. And we will protect you.
Is this guy good? The clobbering time? Oh, yeah.
I finally knocked it off the list.
List.
The new spacesuits.
I take back every single bad thing I've been saying about you. To myself. In private.
Look forward to it. There was a actually another. What was I about? I was literally about to look up. It was another movie trailer. Was it? Was it another movie trailer? The what is the dang, there was a movie. I saw the what was it? What was it? Oh, Superman. That's what it was. New Superman trailer had dropped a couple days ago. I didn't watch it. Let's check that out as well. Let's check it out as well. Let's check it out as well. Okay, this is it right here. All right, it's a lot of movies coming out next month. We cooking for comic books, man. Let's go.
Superman.
Oh, damn.
The most powerful being on planet Earth. We finally meet. Now, as planned.
Holy shit! What the hell?
And of course, that report.
Wait. How did they get in that easy? What the fuck? I just realized that. How did they get in? Did they? How did they get in that easy? Why did they get in that easy? There's got to be at like a part where they didn't took something that gets him into the inner sanctum. What?
We finally meet. Now, as planned. I'll destroy you. And of course, that reporter you always do interviews with. Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too.
No matter what you do to me, Luther, your plans won't work.
Wrap it up.
Good luck with that.
Did the people behind him just eat the hell out that laser, bro, in that office? Did I just see that?
No matter what you do to me, Luther, your plans won't work.
Wrap.
Hello? That was a laser. What the fuck? they're all just okay back there. All right.
Wrap it up.
Good luck with that.
Make a move.
Holy shit.
They chose him. Let them die. Hey! Quit messing around.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Definitely seeing this in IMAX. All right. James Gunn might redeem himself for shitting on Henry Cavill with this one. We're still not getting over that. Did you imagine how even more just massive this movie would have been if they would have had Henry Cavill in it? Oh my God, dude. What could have been? I cannot go see Jurassic Park in theaters no more. It's just I have to wait till this thing to come on streaming theaters. Because it's they've been doing this for the past 4 or 5 Jurassic Park movies. It's been the dumbest plot or reason for why they're on the island, or why they're redoing the island again, or why they need to go back to the island. It's remember the one where they go back to the island to try to rescue dinosaurs? The one with what's his name? Chris Pratt and what's her name? Whatever. The one where they literally go back to the island that's about to have a volcano. They go back to it to save dinosaurs from the island because it's about to be a volcano. Let Mother Nature take its course again. That is literally God. That is the universe saying, why the hell are they here? I got them. That's the universe saying, I took their ass out hundreds of thousands of years ago. Free of charge. Y'all didn't even have to witness. Y'all didn't have to get burned. It wasn't a lick of you humans on this planet when I did it. You brought them back again. You're fucking up my ecosystem. Hiya! Another shot. Jurassic Park has got to stop with these dumb reasons for why you're on the island, going back to the island, why we're starting the island again.
The Nancy just followed.
The Nancy, what's going on? Welcome to the sunny side. We have to stop Jurassic Park. If this is why I can't watch this movie. I need to know what's the plot of why we know the plot. The plot is them going to the island for some health scientific purposes because now we need to go find the best, the biggest of the biggest, the baddest of the baddest, the nastiest of the nastiest dinosaurs, and they so happen to be in this particular part of the island, bruh. Y'all have made over 15 to 20 year plus of Jurassic Park movies. Every part of that fucking island that those dinosaurs are on, we've already seen it. There is no new part of that island. You're not going to tell me on any part of any of those 2 islands, Isla Nublar and Isla, Sublar? Whatever, Isla Nublar and the other one. You're not going to tell me that these dinosaurs on this part of the island, they just been here and we ain't never talked about it. You never ran into them. One of the big bad dinosaurs then cross over into the Why do they act like dinosaurs don't walk? Newsflash, dinosaurs can move. They can fly. If you're going to introduce dinosaurs that have full free will to just move the fuck around, fly around. I hated at the end of the third one where they finally show the pterodactyls. They finally show them flying into the open water. Like they're just flying across the sea, like escaping the island. Now, granted, they were in a cage. Yay. Okay, but in this movie, we've seen the trailers of this new movie, The Rebirth, Jurassic World Rebirth. We've seen the trailer where there are dinosaurs that have fucking wings, but they're still on the island? No. It's a seagull. It's a seagull right now on top of my roof. A seagull, a goose, a duck, an eagle, a crow. It's a bird in these apartment complexes, in this neighborhood, right? That has flown from this state all the way to fucking Timbuktu. You telling me that a bird just stayed on the island for all this time, and it stayed in that exact area where it never came in contact with nobody else the whole time that this whole franchise has been. That's what we're going on in Rebirth. That there was a special little part of the islands we already know about where these dangerous like those vicious level 5 cold red monsters were, and they just we never saw them. You shitting me? That's what we doing? Again, will I watch Jurassic Park? Probably, because I've seen all of them. I'm an idiot. Will I go see it in theaters? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. But I don't. We have to stop. We have to stop with the blasphemous plots of why we're at the island, why the island isn't just... Why is the island even still existing? Burn it down. Nuke it. Set off some tear gas. I don't know. Do something. It is the 21st century. It shouldn't be no dinosaurs. Mother Nature took them out for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. If Mother Nature did that, clearly they don't need to be here. The universe took them damn dinosaurs out. The universe. Not man-made. It wasn't no nuke. It was a meteor. The universe. Literally. The universe spoke. They had a committee and said, get these motherfuckers out of here. Bomb them. Cook them. Saute, fry them, lay them to the side. But with that being said, let's watch this trailer. That big ass dinosaur can't bust down that. A fucking dog can bust through a glass door. That big ass dinosaur can't bust through that convenience store door.
Lucy 11 just followed.
Anna Lucy 11, appreciate it.
11 said hello.
Hello, welcome to the sunny side. That dinosaur can't bust through that door. It's a dog right now.
Asks, how are you doing?
I can't complain. How you doing? That's what we going with. All right. And again, this dinosaur, you see, he had wings. Why he even caring about them? Fly away. There's other food out there. Sad. There's other... Yeah.
Anna Lucy 11 said, I'm doing good.
Quiet.
Anna Lucy 11 said, thanks for asking. Anna Lucy 11 asks, where are you from?
He's wasting juice. That's what he doing. Oh, well, y'all dead.
What the hell are those?
Dinosaurs.
And Lucy 11 asks,
He deserved that. Why you shooting at them? They just swimming. Until they attack your boat, to you, you look like a bigger fish. You look like a threat. When does the logic come in animal instincts for these movies?
Anna Lucy 11 said, I am from Germany.
I'm from U.S. We got people in here from Germany. Welcome. Where does the logic come in? Oh, we got a big-ass boat, got propellers on it. You know, we're causing water waves.
Said that's cool.
We're causing water waves, you know. Motion in the water. So fish are like, what the hell is that? It's big as shit. It's making noise. It's giving off gas. It's giving off fumes. What is that? So they, with the dinosaurs or fish with their pack of friends, is like, let's go check this out. They're just floating by. They ain't attacked your boat. They ain't braised up against you. They just swimming to see what the hell you are. Your first thought, let me shoot at this thing. Okay, well, now they know you're aggressive. They don't know how. They know that whatever is coming from that area is hurting them.
11 asks BTW, I am an artist. If you do not mind, I can show you my work on Discord.
I don't need no artwork on Discord. I appreciate it, though. Like, they like, oh, shit, this is a threat. They're trying to hurt us. They are hurting me. Kitty, get his ass. He was holding on. In what world is your ass got enough strength versus that big ass Tyrannosaurus dolphin to hang on for the last words on that wall? The moment he bites you, you should be split in half. The jaw pressure alone, you can get your arm snapped off by a crocodile. You to tell me that he bit him so gently, scooped him, let him grab onto the door, get a couple tugs, and then he flew away. All right. All right.
Anna Lucy 11 said I can make logo banner or remote thumbnail overlay websites.
Ready to lose the hat and regrow the hair?
I'm excited for this game.
With Choose by Hims, you can regain your hair and your confidence. Our Choose are powered by clinically proven ingredients like minoxidil and finasteride.
Anyway. All right. Clips put out a new song. Let's go. So be it. I'm excited for this album. Comes out in July.
16,000 square, 8 million up there, 2 million down here. When I was born, grandmama could see it. I be Bentley driven and very strategic. RM sleeve, no diamonds are needed. Floors are heated, so be it, so be it. Fucking with P, get something to meet you. Your soul don't like your body, we help you free it. Then we wait for TMZ to leak it. It ain't no secret, so be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it. CLIP, SCFB, A-Ball LV. I can show you how to bust a brick if you let me. I monogram like confetti. Switch is ready. She leaning on Celine cause she ain't stepping in Giuseppe. Catch up. $150 like each.
This beat is disgusting. Bars immaculate.
In the telly, selling the Yeti. Then I'm twirling your bitch like she in spaghetti. Heavy, circle back and come and get this Kelly. And your ears too, if you want a blue like belly. Lot of jetting, Prada bedding, 911s. I'm the who's who with what's what. Papa heaven, fuck around and get your body traced trying to test me. Cause niggas that I'm with like to draw when it's sketchy. If they catch me, don't forget me. Resurrect me, buy a dog tag the same place that they forget me. Ski. Smoke. So be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it, so be it. You ain't solid, ain't valid, you ain't malice. Been quiet, ain't riot, you ain't Paris. Blow money, you owe money, we ain't balanced. You ain't believe, God did, you ain't Khaled. All black, back to back, this ain't traffic. Can't wrap your head round that, you ain't Arab. Y'all tweet, bird talk, we all parrots. Lone Star, cross the border, we like that. she never mattered. The stars on my roof, they all scattered. Ain't no more Neptune, so peace Saturn. Off the first ski up, they re-up. It's a pattern, like middlemen, they killing them. You know what happened.
Snapping. Napping. Napping.
Smoke. So be it. You cried in front of me. You died in front of me. Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me. Her utopia had moved right up the street. And her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat. The net gon' call it the way that they see it. But I got the video I can share and AE it. They wouldn't believe it, but I can't unsee it. Lucky I ain't TMZ it. So be it. So be it. Smoke.
So apparently that part right there was about Ye and Travis. So we can go back. Apparently this whole part right here was about Ye and Travis. Obviously you hear like the Utopia talk about how, you know, Kylie didn't need Travis because her lip gloss popped. I think she became like a billionaire just off of her fucking lip gloss, which is fucking wild, but.
So be it. You cried in front of me. You died in front of me. Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me. Her utopia had moved right up the street. And her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat. The net gon' call it the way that they see it. But I got the video I can share and AE it. They wouldn't believe it, but I can't unsee it. Lucky I ain't TMZ it. So be it. So be it.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Smoke. So be it. So be it. Smoke. So be it. So be it.
Fire. I need this album yesterday. I need this album yesterday. Yesterday. I might have to go to this concert. When they coming here? When are they coming here? It's not on the damn thing yet. Fuck. I need it. I need it. I need it. I said the visuals, the sound. Yeah, it's that cloth talk right here. I likes all that. I likes all that, sir. I likes all that.
Okay, I like it. Picasso. Yeah, that way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So be it. So be it. So be it. So be it. That beat is disgusting. I like that a lot. I like it too much. So be it. So be it. I replace Superman. If only. If only. So be it. So be it. The Batman, I like that. Metro Boomin. Man, where's my food at? Hold up, G. I need to eat before I start streaming. Okay, he says he's alright. He right down the street. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to eat before I start streaming because it just won't be good. I'm gonna eat, and then I will be back on, and we'll get like a good like 2-3 hours streaming of Liza P. We may finish the game this stream, but I kind of like to like go by boss, you know what I mean? But we have 3 left. I think we have 3 or 4 bosses left, but they're all like they're all like in the last 2 chapters. So like, I think we have 3 or 4, but they're all literally in the last 2 chapters. So we're in chapter 10. There's 11 chapters. So we got 10 and 11 left, but I think there's 2 bosses in each chapter, which is crazy to even think and say. But yeah, so my food is just about to be here. I'll be back on. I'm gonna eat real quick. Then I should be back on no late. It's almost 7, so I'll be back on no later than like 8 o'clock, 8:30. So just set your watches. I'll be back. All right.